Republicans are putting increasing pressure on New York Attorney General Letitia James to bring charges against late-night talk show star Jon Stewart in the wake of revelations of a lavish real estate transaction that has generated controversy. Calls on social media to prosecute Stewart in a manner akin to how she did with former President Donald Trump for supposed financial misbehavior have been raging. The controversy, according to a Newsweek story published on Thursday, March 28th, is due to the recent disclosure that Stewart sold his Tribeca penthouse for $17.5 million in 2014, much more than its estimated $1.882 million market value. Even though Stewart's activities were lawful, the significant price disparity has sparked criticism and drawn analogies to Trump's previous legal issues around asset value. Attorney General James gained notoriety in September 2022 when she filed a lawsuit alleging that Trump and a number of his associates had inflated their assets in order to qualify for advantageous loans and tax breaks. A recent court decision prohibited Trump from doing business in New York for 3 years and forced him to pay $355 million in penalties. Georgia Republican Representative Mike Collins openly demanded that James bring charges against Stewart, mirroring the views of conservative media sites like Breitbart News and Conservative Brief. Social media users are asking why Stewart's case should be handled differently than Trump's, and the outcry has grown. Stewart addressed the matter on social media in reaction to the growing criticism, emphasizing the distinctions between Trump's purported financial malfeasance and his property sale. He made it clear that he did not participate in asset inflation or fraudulent operations and underlined that homeowners had the freedom to sell their properties for any price. Calls for legal action against Stewart are still growing despite his justifications. According to some opponents, James ought to treat financial irregularities with the same severity no matter who is at fault. Discussions over the role of law enforcement in investigating financial crimes and upholding public leaders' accountability have been triggered by the circumstance. James's supporters applaud her attempts to hold influential people accountable, while her detractors wonder why some cases are prosecuted more than others. The dispute surrounding Stewart's real estate deal highlights more general issues with financial honesty and transparency. It also emphasizes how difficult it can be to determine intent and legal boundaries when looking into and prosecuting white-collar offenses. The public is waiting to see Attorney General James answer to the demands made by Republicans for action against Stewart and whether she will take legal action in light of the mounting pressure. This development has implications for conversations about law enforcement goals and responsibilities in tackling financial misbehavior, as it takes place against the backdrop of ongoing debates about ethics and accountability following high-profile financial crises. Moreover, regarding the U.S. Supreme Court's upcoming ruling on former President Donald Trump's claims of presidential immunity, former Representative Liz Cheney has given a strong warning. The Supreme Court is scheduled to hear arguments over Trump's immunity claims on April 25th. Cheney's comments heighten the excitement surrounding this significant legal dispute. According to Newsweek on Thursday, March 28th, Trump's legal team has argued that he should not be indicted in the Department of Justice DOJ case regarding purported attempts to tamper with the outcome of the 2020 election because he is protected by presidential immunity. The issue has important ramifications for the legal system as a whole as well as for Trump in terms of the boundaries of presidential power and responsibility. Cheney's admonition coincides with increased attention to the Supreme Court's involvement in resolving presidential conflicts. Cheney is a well-known Republican who has been outspoken in her opposition of Trump's policies, so her viewpoint is significant, especially in conservative circles where Trump is still well-liked. Cheney stressed in her speech the value of respecting the law and making sure that everyone is held accountable, regardless of their position in society. She issued a warning against giving presidents, past or present, unrestricted immunity, claiming that this would be a precedent that would compromise the core ideas of justice and equality before the law. Legal professionals, political watchers, and the general public are all keenly awaiting the Supreme Court's ruling in this case. In addition to Trump's legal accountability, there is also a stake in the nation's highest court's integrity and its capacity to fairly enforce the Constitution.